So with this much square footage and these many plants, you have to have an IPM protocol that's going to be consistent and thorough and not going to allow for any of the troubles that could plague this kind of operation. So can you speak to your integrated pest management?
Two of the key ingredients that we use, one would be Smite, which is in our weekly IPM, which is really directed towards the insect side of things, your spider mites, thrips, aphids. That's going to help to keep them at bay. It's a good system to where you're hitting them on reproductive phases, anti-feedants, what have you, for how it works on mode of action. So Smite is one of the key players in that for our insecticidal IPM. Then on our fungicidal IPM, we use Banish, which is from the same company. And as long as you're using that and you have the coating on the leaves, you're not going to see PM be able to proliferate as much as without it. And again, it's a part of a 5 to 6 headed approach for how to combat these problems in here, but it is a key part of the regimen for what we're doing.
What do you use to automate your systems in order to buy back some of your life and some of the lives of your employees?
Right now we're on a controller that was built by Total Grow Control. It's called the Eden system. It's a smart computer that basically learns trends, alerts you to any anomalies that it may see within the system. So we've just installed this over the last 4 to 5 months. It's working great, and now it's to give it more responsibility as we move along. But yeah, it's a major time saver. Instead of paying someone to stand and babysit a pump that's watering a table, the computer is babysitting. So I have that body doing something else that a computer can't do.
Totally.
All right, so it's the balance of technology and human hands, all at once. We've been using PL lights for some time now. This building in particular has 3,000 PL fixtures in it.
Well, I noticed when we were walking around down here, you are getting, dense flowers, well below the canopy, which really speaks to the penetration that those reflectors are giving.
Right,
you.
the drive that we're getting on them, right?
Yeah.
Because LARF doesn't sell well. Nobody wants that.
Nobody wants the LARF.
Yeah. What's really nice about these reflectors is that on our scissor lift, it just pops right up. There's no fasteners holding it. It pops up, you clean it off, put it back on. It's about a 1-minute process per fixture. And outside of that, they're pretty much maintenance free.
Plug and play.
Just do their thing.
Yeah, that's great. With this much light, you have to control the environment somehow. There's going to be a ton of water out there. You need to avoid bud rot and so on and so forth. What's the dehumidification systems you're using in here? 24
Quest 506s running in the whole building. 506 stands for 506 pints a day. So as soon as the lights turn off, you'll see a spike from maybe, call it 40 to 45. It can try to climb over 60. That's when these things' time to shine is really, it is in darkness hours. So they'll run all night long continuously till the lights come back on, then they'll kind of trickle off because the AC picks back up. They work really well. This is their upsized unit. And without these, you would have a nightmare in here. You would have botrytis, you'd have powdery mildew.
The walls would be sweating.
The walls would be sweating. You might start seeing mold on the walls and whatnot. So those are really a key part to the environmental package that we run in here. It's just as important as the AC, essentially. Once a given section is harvested, it needs to be cleaned, sanitized, all the irrigation lines have to be pulled, and we run a product called Drip Clean through it. So really what it does is it breaks down all that excess salt that's in there. And then if we were on hydro, we would use it more often as far as to desalt things, if you will, as we were running. Since we're in a soilless mix, we don't run it into soil. We simply use it as a sanitizing agent.